Yeah, I gotta, yeah, we're all just following the other. We have, so we've got an elder abuse. Yes. We got it there.
Yeah, what we gotta do is, the second picture.
Yes,
When you're ready.
good, thank you. All right, we ready to start? Let's start.
Remember Stacy and his
That's not why it's not being field trip. He's got a field trip. And I've known for weeks what
He doesn't seem bad situation.
So who is assistant? All right, I call this meeting of the Young County Commissioners Court to order. Let the record show it is 9:30 a.m. 4 of the 5 members of the court are present. We're streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and wish to make a comment, you may call in on 940-221-2107. Today, Commissioner Shook has the honors. Bill Everett, please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you for another beautiful day. Father, we thank you for the sunshine and the flowers, and we thank you for the rain, Father. And Lord, we just ask that you would give us guidance and wisdom today as we try to make the decisions to make this county the best county in the state of Texas. So, Father, we just thank you for allowing us to be here, and we just ask for forgiveness when we fall short. We just ask all these things in your precious holy name. Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, we'll move to item number 3, public comments. First, like to acknowledge Commissioner Stacy Cresswell. He's got some severe family health issues that he's dealing with, so just wanted him to know that the 4 of our thoughts and prayers are with him. We'll also like to announce there's a job fair May 1st, 2025, from 4 to 6 p.m. at NCTC. This is being put on by North Central Texas College. On Wednesday, a lot of my defendants are going to get a court order to go to the job fair. So I think this is a good thing. I'm very excited. Plug Power. I talked to the attorney, sent him a bunch of stuff. He is on vacation till the middle of May. So not much is going to happen. It's just going to be a big hurry up and wait. Any public comments? Tom?
I'll let this young man go first.
All right.
If it's appropriate, I'd just like to ask a question. You may not want to get back to me, but when you establish a reinvestment zone, will there be a public hearing before that
Yes.
vote is taken?
100%. By law, we will have a public hearing, yes.
How much notice will be given before that public hearing?
Oh, at least a couple of weeks.
Has to go through the paper, doesn't it?
30 days.
It'll be
I don't know if it has to go in the
public.
paper or not. A lot of times it does go in the paper, but there will be, well, we'll have to set the public hearing at a commissioner's court meeting and then for a future meeting. So there will be a minimum of 2 weeks.
Okay, appreciate you.
Yeah. Tom?
Just an update, courthouse, we're having to pull the cornice off the top of the building.
What's a cornice?
Cornice is that, what started this whole thing, that stone abutment on the exterior of the building that began to fall, we're having to remove it in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
So that's adding 3 more weeks to the project. I was here last week, or last time I told you we're gonna kick it another 2 months. We're probably 2.5 months into this thing
Okay.
before it's done, but, and then we'll go back with something to make it a whole lot more aesthetically pleasing than just a hole in the wall. We're working on that now. Cost being what it is, we'll get that figured out. Still within budget, we're still there, so we're able to do that. And time is the only thing that's changed. That's the first thing. Second thing, wanted to thank the commissioners and judge for being able to go with us to Austin. We're gonna leave this afternoon and go to Austin, be there tomorrow. We're joining Jack County on their day that's there. We're going in a regional manner. I just want to let you know Clay County is also sending representatives and looking for some other folks that are going to be joining us in that. We've also got some local contractors and manufacturers that are going to be tagging along as time allows. And we've been asked to speak at some workforce legislation that's going to be taking place tomorrow, and just represent rural Texas in that. So we'll have a report when we get back.
Awesome, thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Anything else from the public? I'd like to acknowledge the receipt of the hotel occupancy tax report for $866.03 for March 2025 from La Casa Tierra. Also like to acknowledge from Texas Health and Human Services, the Young County tobacco settlement distribution for 2025. That's $9,499.40. And Cheryl, correct me if I'm wrong, that has to be used for the benefit of prisoners in jail?
Yes.
Okay.
It goes into a CD, then we have something that we usually come to court.
Good deal. But we got $9,499 put into that fund. Last call for public comments. If not, if y'all are okay with it, Jim's got to run. So can we move item number 12 to the top? Discuss and consider revising rules pertaining to the use of metal detectors at Fort Belknap. Jim Hammond, Fort Belknap caretaker.
I would like to, so we've got a ban on using metal detectors up the fort, and I understand why. That's because you don't want just random people grabbing stuff out of the ground. It takes artifacts, our ability to learn about the fort away from us. But I would like to be able to offer metal detecting with oversight, specifically for like Boy Scouts. Whenever Boy Scouts are out there, there's 3 different merit badges they can get out of metal detecting, and that's something that they brought up to me about doing that. I would like to be able to offer that for them. Of course, it would be watched, and I would also like for, not just Boy Scouts, but for anybody who's interested in metal detecting to be able to come out there and metal detect, as long as there's somebody watching. I don't want it to be a free-for-all out there.
There's been instances where we've gotten calls from YouTubers, professional
Yeah.
metal detector people, and they can learn from them. They're not just out there digging holes everywhere.
No.
They know when it beeps that there's something there.
Yeah, it's
Would
not-
there be some sort of, let's say they find an artifact?
we would keep, I would say we keep everything that would be pre-1900. And even most of the time when these metal detectors come out, they're gonna give you everything anyway. There might be something interesting that they've been looking for, like a penny from 1942, that doesn't have anything to do with the history of the fort, other than it dropped out of somebody's pocket. That would be something I wouldn't have a problem letting them walk away with. But just to be safe, anything 1900 or before, we would keep at the fort, just for our own benefit. I really think we're missing a huge educational opportunity here, not just with the Boy Scouts, but with there's a lot of local people who are getting into metal detecting as well. And so like the state historic sites, they've got a kind of an overall ban on metal detecting. That's because they don't have somebody there to watch it. Their sites are huge, which I've got 16 acres if I know that somebody's out there. However, they do permit different classes and stuff like that for metal detecting. So,
Would it not be a good idea too to have a sign posted out there?
yeah, it would be. having of course, that front sign is where I really want to put it. So getting that put up right there with all the information up front. So,
No metal detecting without permission.
and I don't know how to word that, because I mean, like camping is at the discretion of the caretaker.
Why don't we revise the rules that metal detectors, the use of metal detectors is up to the discretion of the Fort Belknap caretaker, and maybe you can give us some proposed wording of what that would look like, but we can make that change and basically let you be the one who determines what would be appropriate or not.
What about by permit? By permit?
You have a metal detecting permit?
No, they have to apply for a permit.
Oh, they have to apply for a
They have
permit
to apply
to
for a
get to be able to do
Ooh,
it.
that's
To,
actually a good idea.
My only thing,
Exactly.
You know exactly who it is.
And have a record.
That's a good idea.
the only thing that with that would be with Boy Scouts. Would that go to the scout troop,
Yeah,
master leader?
the scout leader would apply for a permit for the troop.
Yeah.
And then there doesn't have to be a fee, it's just that you gotta sign up for it.
And then that makes the
Then
wording on the sign pretty
you
easy.
know when they're
Without
gonna be
permit,
there,
you
when
can't do
they're gonna be
it.
there, at what times.
And we can also put the rules of what our tracks are. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And you can put your name down, so we know who it was.
Well, I'll make a motion that we change the rule to requiring a metal detector permit that will be issued and at the discretion of the Fort Belknap caretaker with written rules to follow. That's my motion.
I'll second.
I made a motion, Commissioner Shook made a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Jim. All right, back to the top. Consider the county clerk meetings from the previous meeting. I gave Tina a whole slew of changes this morning that didn't make it in. I'd almost propose that we postpone the minutes and then have 2 sets of minutes next week. There are a lot of changes I put in there.
You look good.
Got a bunch of different versions, but I actually got the right one.
Okay.
But I didn't get that till this morning.
Okay.
So we'll postpone that till the next meeting. Let's move to item number 5, consider the treasurer's financial report, updates on securities pledge. Treasurer Mullins?
No report.
No report. Item number 6, consider the auditor's budget amendments, vouchers payable. Ms. Roberts?
Always such.
You
Same.
never fail.
Thank you so much. Okay, so today our vouchers, the total is $140,313.13. Out of the general fund is $128,918.09.
So,
All right, motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Craig. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Also, we got the bill from Mobile Phone. This is for the tower, the council and sheriff's office.
Is that on the water tower?
Yes, and the bill on it is $4,094. And I would ask, because I added up everything we're getting taken out of contingency, it's less than 20,000. We had 150 in there. I asked that we could take this out of contingency.
That'd be fine. Hey, Jared, while we're talking about these towers, how's the radio communication going in the county? Has it gotten any better since we made the moves?
Not on the county fire side, it's not.
They're still
I think until
struggling?
that repeater gets, it'll go, and we're still gonna have some limitations as far as distance goes, but.
And is it because it's just further away now?
I think it's because we still have one repeater down, so. it's-
Well, we probably don't want to say where that would be.
well,
So-
what they did was, is they moved their main repeater from another taller tower to a better location, instead of waiting until they got another one to go where this one is. That's the only hiccup that's in there.
Do we have a plan to fix it?
Yes.
Yes.
They've got another one coming.
Okay, so it's just, we need some equipment.
Yes.
Is that the deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have to approve here? We have, so this is a bill from Mobile Phone of Texas for $4,094 to be taken out of contingency. This is for the Newcastle Water Tower.
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Wiley, do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Craig, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0, or 4-0, excuse me.
So you know, the treasurer's new office is just nearing completion. Looks very good, we're having the carpets cleaned, the painters there today touching up, and then the carpet cleaners coming. But we took down all those old lines that are like, I know they're over 25 years old, because they've been there since I had. I got an estimate from Graham Cabinets to get lines like ours, not the blackouts, but the cheaper ones. For the 3 windows, it's, make sure that we took the tax off, $4,197.43.
We still have ARPA money, don't we?
Yes.
Let's take that out of ARPA money. Someone want to make a motion?
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Wiley, do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Shook, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, let's move to item number 7, discuss and consider employee bonds. Harley Moore, 911 mapping coordinator, $5,000. Amber Hammond, Fort Belknap caretaker, County of Young, $5,000. Erica Jimenez, County Attorney's Office, $5,000. We have a motion to approve those 3 bonds. Motion from Commissioner Craig. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Wiley. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. This, I believe, is a carryover from 2 weeks ago. Consider the extension agent's March report, request for reimbursement. Ms. Penny Barron, $861.30. Penny, are these justified?
They are.
Are they 100% justified?
Except for being late by the deadline, absolutely.
We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Shook. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. All right, review the statement of review and expense to date. Cheryl Roberts, Young County Auditor. Did y'all get this?
Yeah, I just pulled them this morning, so I know.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at it this weekend. Well, shall we table this one? Let's table this, because I didn't have a chance to look through it.
Okay.
So we'll table that.
Almost 60% for the year.
We're what?
Almost 60% for the year.
That's about where we should be,
Yep.
more or less. All right, item number 10, visit Graham's 10th Annual Food Truck Championships of Texas. They are requesting to close the Young County Courthouse lawn, or the internal square, on Friday, June 6, 2025 at noon. Mr. Zach, Executive Director, come on down.
Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for making some time for me.
We're excited.
Likewise.
What can you tell us about this year's food truck? Have we announced the band yet?
We have announced our headliner. That is Josh Weathers this year. Really easy group of guys to work with. High compliments. The rest of our lineup is completed as far as our entertainment for Friday night, and all of our Saturday morning and afternoon programming is all good to go. We have not announced those bands, as we are still accepting some of their press collateral assets. But any day now, we'll be able to post that full lineup.
How many food trucks do we think we have lined up?
So far, we already have 40-ish that are under contract and have completed all their paperwork. We have an additional 30 or so applications in various stages of advancing towards being accepted. We are taking about 50 trucks this year. Now that we've added this additional infrastructure for the picnic at the plaza, we'll be putting some of our former winners in that area and programming that space with a tiny little bit of entertainment. The staging area over there we are going to use for our awards celebration. So that stage will be getting some use, but we are still bringing out the larger Stage Line 100 stage, same size that we do for our summer concert series, for all of our entertainment.
I keep hearing the roof is coming. Have you gotten an update?
I have not yet. I've been wanting to ask, and I'm going to bug everybody about it.
I'll go
I'm
reach
anxious
out.
to
They
learn.
keep telling us it's coming, it's coming,
Yeah.
it's coming. I'll make a note to ask about that.
Yeah, and apart from that, I think most of this is running as it has for the previous 9 years. It is getting to be a pretty well-oiled machine. One notable difference this year comes in our sponsorship information. We are not doing the truck sponsorship as we have. Those are smaller contributions that a lot of local businesses have been able to make, but the logistics of that are a lot. So we are foregoing that, and this year being our 10th year, rather than paying these trucks to come, we are now having them pay us to be a part of this event. So we do charge a $250 truck fee now, multiplied by 50, and that's really gonna take care of that smaller dollar sponsorship. However, we still want as many local businesses to be included as we can, and so we do still have some lower tier options that come with, you know, some Facebook bragging and still some logo inclusion on print material. But anybody from our bronze level, $750 contribution from local businesses and upward, also gets VIP treatment for the concert on the downtown square.
So we're gonna have like a reserved seating for that?
Yes, sir. There is a VIP section with VIP seating, bathrooms, and bar service as well. And it is priority seating up closer to the stage and kind of sectioned off. The big thing to note this year, and this is really important for everybody that is excited about food truck, we are not having the concert at the arena this year. The downtown concert is happening right after food truck that evening.
So is it gonna be an earlier concert?
It is still gonna be 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So the food truck championship wraps up really about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Many of those trucks are gonna leave, I'd say most of them. A handful might stay just to help with the crowd management for dinner. But we are hoping that in that 4 o'clock hour up until the concert starts at 8, that a lot of the people that are on the square are gonna be some heavy foot traffic downtown and do all of our other surrounding businesses as well.
Good deal. We don't have this as a voting item, but is there anyone that objects to the concept of closing the square at noon on the Friday before to allow for the setup of food truck? Okay. Timmy, we'll put that on our calendar to shut the courthouse down at noon that day. So we can get it's to get the cars off the square because they're gonna start bringing stuff in.
And they will feed that night. Some of them open up at 9 on Friday.
Correct. We don't advertise this a whole lot because Saturday is such a busy day, but we also do have what we call Friday Night Bites on Friday evening, and that's really just for us. So that'd be cool. Don't tell everybody about it. But some of my good buddies, Brady, Spencer, and The Work, who've played here a couple times before, are playing our Friday night entertainment. Same stage as Josh Weathers will be on the next night, so we can still have a bigger show and the bigger experience, just with a whole lot less of us.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's cool. It's very cool.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you.
All righty. We'll see you in June.
You got it. All right, number 11, discuss and consider the annual Young County Extension and 4-H Volunteer Week proclamation. Aaron.
Sounds important. This is important.
So every year, thousands of community volunteers donate their time and energy to make their cities and neighborhoods a better place to live. These volunteers will be among the millions across the country who will be celebrated and spotlighted during the 48th anniversary of our National Volunteer Week, which is April 20th through the 26th. And so we were here last year, and our kiddos got to do their talent show, which was previously known as Show the Fun, where they came and did 4-H feud, family style, family feud. And so we have star testing and several things going on today, so we weren't able to bring that to you this year. But we do want y'all to know we are continuing that with our county council kids. They are actually competing this coming Wednesday. And this year we've got 2 groups. We've got The Voice and we've got America's Got Talent. So maybe, possibly in the future, we may see that again.
We would like
if they have an opportunity to share that down the road. So in the meantime, though, before we present y'all with your county check for the year, we would like to get an opportunity for our kiddos to tell you a little bit about their programs experience, primarily their appreciation for their 4-H volunteers.
Good morning, Commissioners. I bet you hear every week from cute kids like us who just want to say thank you. And if you don't, then you should. Thank you to you and thank you to our volunteers. These quotes sum up how I feel about volunteers. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Winston Churchill proclaimed, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Helen Dyer said, Volunteerism is the voice of the people put into action. These actions shape and mold the present into a future, of which we can all be proud. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, as you know that you receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." This verse encourages serving with all our hearts, not just as a job, but as a work, but as an act of worship. And lastly, Haven Creel, that's me, from the Salt Fork 4-H Club, here in Young County says thank you. Thank you, Judge Graham. Thank you, Commissioners, County Extension Agents, Penny Barron and Savannah Williams. And thank you to our amazing 4-H volunteers.
Hi, I'm Elliot Pickock, and I want to thank all of the volunteers, especially those who taught me. You made my first year in 4-H so fun and so successful. Thank you for giving your time and knowledge. I learned so much, plants, meats, and more.
And so we just want to say in general, we have many volunteers. We have over 250 direct and indirect. Within our 4-H program alone, our direct volunteers are at about 30. And they are working with all variety of programs. As you heard, we have meat judging that was a new one this year. We have some of our traditional programs, our shooting sports programs, and all of these activities and opportunities that we are able to provide through our Young County 4-H program is obviously because of our 4-H volunteers. And then our extension volunteers that go beyond. We have planning committees, we have leadership advisory boards that kind of guide us and direct us and help us to improve each year. So we want to say thank you to everybody. With that, those 250 volunteers with a service of 2,112 hours annually, we had an economic impact of $70,724 that these girls would like to present to you.
Wow.
This is about 25,000 more than last year. So we've definitely, aside from making sure that we're documenting all of those opportunities, we have just been super busy. We have a lot of hands and feet on the ground daily. We have 4-H activities literally probably 6 days a week, most weeks. And so we're very thankful for them and all that they do for our community, for our youth.
How many kids do you have in the program right now?
Right now we're at 205, I believe. Wow. So they keep us plenty busy.
And is that high compared with what we had in the past, or is that what we've been having for the last several?
We are actually just above maybe 5% than we have in the last couple of years, but that 200, I would say in the last 2 years we've been fairly between 175 and where we are now. If you look back 20 years ago, we're 100 short, but we haven't been in the above 120 range for most of that decade. And so we are definitely continuing to grow and see an increase slowly, but definitely compared to where we were. And honestly, those old numbers, that $100 difference was your livestock areas, where we used to have a huge attendance of the livestock. And though it's still definitely one of our main projects, it's an expensive project. And so I think for the most part, when you look at the different species, and Savannah can attest to this, it's just harder to maintain the physical raising of those animals. And so there's where you kind of see a little bit of that drop just naturally over time with economics and so forth. Okay, so we would like to present the proclamation to you.
Yes.
And then take a photo afterwards.
You bet. Well, let me read the proclamation.
Perfect.
Young County AgriLife Extension Service Volunteer Week Proclamation. Whereas volunteering of one's time and resources is a fundamental part of our country's tradition, it is essential to its spirit, and whereas it is increasingly more evident that our nation's greatest resource is its people, and whereas volunteers have shown that they truly care and share generously of themselves, and whereas volunteerism is increasingly recognized as a central partner with government, education, and industry in doing the work of our nation, and whereas volunteers within the Young County AgriLife Extension Service and 4-H program enable both youth and adults of Young County to more fully develop and utilize their life skills, effectively use their resources, and more fully extend the knowledge of the university to the people. And whereas volunteerism directly reflects the democratic principles upon which this nation was founded, in that everyone, regardless of circumstance, position, or other factors, can volunteer. And whereas we're seeking even more contributions of human resources and volunteerism and better application of these valuable contributions, Therefore, we wish to honor and to thank the dedicated 4-H and Extension volunteers of Young County who give so freely of their valuable time, energy, and abilities by proclaiming this week of April 28th to May 4th to be officially designated as National Volunteer Week in Young County. And in doing so, I call all citizens of Young County to help renew and sustain the spirit and vitality of this great nation by committing a portion of their time to address the needs of their communities through voluntary action. Signed this 28th day of April 25th by the court. All in favor of the proclamation?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are proclaimed. So let's sign this and let's get a picture.
Yes, and before we do that, we would actually like to introduce two of our main volunteers that are here with us today. We actually have Gabby Pitcock in the back, as well as Nancy Krill. They're maybe here as a parent role right now. We have parent volunteers more beyond that, even at 250. But they are our club managers and they are our project leaders. And so if you think of it as a hierarchy, realistically, we're starting at the club level. And so they're meeting most of their kids. They're the ones that are developing the leadership skills, the communication skills, the ability to speak in front of groups and so forth. So a special thank you to them. They are literally the two faces that you will see at everything. So we want to say thank you all to y'all and want y'all to join us in y'all's photo.
Perfect, let's get a picture. Come on, hop along. It is pathetic. I can feel a lot. Short distance now. Which is nice.
There you go.
Do you splice those together?
It's for
It's kind of weird how you were doing that. Thank you. Oh, you know what, you need a copy. You want this back?
Yes.
Hey, Timmy?
Thank you. Thank you.
Got it.
You.
Whoever's in charge of public speaking.
Appreciate you. How are you? Thank you.
For having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, y'all. You made our day.
You got the original? Awesome. Bye, Penny, thank you. All right, we did 12 already, so we'll move to number 13, another proclamation. There it is. All right, discuss and consider resolution 122, fiscal year 2025, Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Commissioner Craig, this is for you. Proclaiming and naming June as Young County Elder Abuse Prevention Month. I've been waiting all day. Resolution number 122, fiscal year 2025, Elder Abuse Awareness Month proclamation. Whereas older adults and people with disabilities of diverse backgrounds contribute to the well-being of this city by working, caregiving, volunteering, and actively preserving customs, rituals, and traditions. And whereas as we age, we build momentum by accumulating knowledge, experience, insight, and wisdom that can be shared to enrich our community. And whereas abuse of older adults and people with disabilities is a common concern affecting thousands of people across Texas. And whereas there were 123,852 reports of abuse against older adults and people with disabilities in Texas in 2024. And whereas abuse against older adults and people with disabilities is grossly underreported because of social stigma, embarrassment, and fear. And whereas adult abuse affects men and women of all income and ability levels, all cultural and ethnic backgrounds, in all communities, and whereas elder abuse is everyone's business, it's important to strengthen our efforts to prevent, report, and address elder abuse. Now therefore, we Commissioners Court of Young County, in recognition thereof, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2025 to be Elder Abuse Awareness Month.
So moved.
We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley. Do we have a second? Do we have a second from Commissioner Craig? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you.
So does that mean that,
I'll come
y'all can be nice to me all next month?
In June.
I will remind you.
I'll come visit you in the nursing home.
Bring free cookies and milk.
Ice cream. Ice cream's the important thing. So we'll move to item number 14, discuss and consider a recommendation letter for the vacant seat in the Young County Child Welfare Board. We actually have 2 vacant seats, but they're ready to fill one of them, and they're recommending Cliff Osman. So here's the letter, March 31st, 2025. It is my pleasure to recommend Cliff Osman for the vacant seat on the Young County Child Welfare Board. Cliff is the pastor of the Oak Street Baptist Church, having moved to Brown in 2023 with his family from Beaumont. In Beaumont, he and his wife, Michelle, served as foster parents for many years and are familiar with CPS and the foster system. We believe he will bring a unique perspective to the board, which will help us better serve the children of Young County. That's sincerely Lori Kramer. She is the chairperson of the Young County Child Welfare Board. I know they spent a lot of time thinking of who to replace. They've got 2 spots. They're waiting on the background check on the other one. Kind of slower to get those back than you would think, but they're ready to move forward with Cliff. And having served, as I serve on that board, so I'll make a motion that we approve Cliff Osman. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Commissioner Wiley. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Can we prepare a letter to send him? Thank you. Item number 15, discuss and consider the relocation of the Precinct 3 material yard. Commissioner Craig?
We are waiting for the city to, they've got some legal issues that they need to resolve before Tower can continue with their project and all. So it's basically on hold until
So table. We'll table item number 15. Item number 16, consider hiring level 5 architecture firm for work on the courthouse gazebo. I got a comment the other day that the gazebo is now for maybe leprechauns or some sort of mythical tiny creatures. How low the roof is on it.
You know, when we did that, we figured we need something else to talk about.
So, yeah, what's the plan here?
Our thought is to, this time, instead of going back with all wood, which that's what that is all wood, is to go back with concrete, one step up, but one step going up to it, where everything won't blow up on it. But do a metal structure, and then wrap the post and stuff in wood, so it'll last long. Your structure will always be there. That's what happened with this one out here. They had that 75 plus mile an hour wind, and it twisted it with those posts on there, and here we go.
Did you have a metal roof on it?
We'll probably put a metal roof on it, yes, too. Everything be metal, that way it'll be longer lasting than what we've got.
Same size?
That side, and maybe just a little bit bigger.
so totally replace what we got.
Totally replace.
Apparently those posts literally twisted and it could have been dangerous to get up. under.
That was put in early 80s is when that was put in. That was installed.
So are they gonna design it and then we'll go out to bids?
Yes.
On the building of it?
Yes.
How much is that gazebo used? Do we need
It's-
it?
In different times, it's used quite a bit.
Probably every time there's an event, you know. I know they use it for the car shows and.
During the 4th of July and stuff, weddings, a lot of churches comes up a lot of times, so they have a rally and use it, singing. So it's been.
There's probably some weddings that you're not doing that they're using it for, aren't there?
I've done a few weddings in there. I always offer it, and most people choose air conditioning. It's kind of loud, you know, when you go out there for a wedding, it's really loud.
Is it?
You don't realize
Right.
how loud, you know, the truck traffic going down.
I know there's a lot of photo opportunities. I know the prom was pretty sad about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've checked with this same guy here has done some already. And you're looking within the 70,000, 80,000. Anyway,
70,000?
70 to 80.
Wow.
When's the demolition of the current structure? When
We're
you,
ready to.
Wait till you-
Yes. Then we're gonna do the basketball right there.
All right.
Should have something talk.
True.
It'd be a conversation piece of food truck.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. So are you making a motion to
Yes.
hire level 5?
Yes, sir.
All right, Commissioner Wiley's making a motion to hire a level 5 architecture firm to give us a plan for that gazebo. Do we have a second? Second from Commissioner Craig. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. The theme is proclamations. We have another proclamation. Discuss and consider a soil and water stewardship week proclamation. Commissioner Wiley, do you mind if I read it for you?
No, go ahead.
Soil and Water Stewardship Week proclamation. Whereas a healthy, fertile soil and clean water is the lifeblood of nutrition and sustenance throughout the world, and soil conservation is a benefit to everyone. And whereas effective conservation practices ensure soil, water, animals, plants, and air can provide a rich standard of living, and whereas our survival and continued production and access to quality food and water depends upon the robust management of diverse natural resources nationwide. And whereas stewardship calls upon every individual to help conserve these precious resources to ensure their prosperity for generations to come, therefore I do hereby proclaim the week of April 27th to May 4th, 2025 as Texas Soil and Water Stewardship Week. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Do you want to sign it, or do you want me to sign it? Do you? Okay.
And you take pictures of that.
Shall we just do it now? Let's take our picture. Come on out, Lauren.
All right, Rachel.
Feel like a model.
You are.
Oh, these pictures.
Model of what?
Model T.
Model of what? That's good.
It said the name anytime.
Picked a good time to do pictures with Chris Stacy down here.
It has on that purple wig again. They went with this one. Okay.
Just improve the county's image. We'll have to recreate this picture if we get a new gazebo.
Yep.
I got it back too.
Copy or the whole thing?
No, I haven't got a copy of that. For the signature.
Huh?
You signed it, David?
I did.
Okay.
Well, I gave it, Tina has it, so I'm gonna grab it from her. Item number 18, discuss and consider burn restrictions. Is there anybody out there who believes we should be in a burn ban?
No.
I'm building an ark right now at my
I am
house.
too.
I've got so much water.
Better start building. It's got the weather report will go.
Is there more coming?
Big time.
5 to 6 months.
Well, Cheryl wanted to hear.
Up to 5
I did
inches.
not want to hear
All right, no action. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I do.
Motion from Scott. You were enthusiastic. Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Second from Commissioner Wiley. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Whew, after last week, that was a nice.
That was nice.
How are you?
Great, I'm sorry I'm late, but this is a small token
Oh.
of the amateur radio club appreciation for the support for the antenna. We got it tuned, got it working.
Working good?
People are, we can talk to people in wet region out west. They can talk back to us. The location of the tower is so high that we can reach out all the way to the electric.
That's good. That's great.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. Yeah. That's awesome.